Not one, not two, not three, a four-time Indy 500 champion. Has it set in yet?
Wow.
With ISU Hall of Famer Matt Rennie and Grant Pugh. Matt, two teams coming in that desperately need a win.
Yes, Evansville 1-9 in conference play.
We are coming to you live from Cayuga, Indiana, the host side of the biggest high school football game in the Wabash Valley tonight. The 10-1 Park Heritage Wolves against the 10-1 North Vermilion Falcons. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back. Semi-state championship night for high school softball. That's where we start. The Sullivan Golden Arrows looking to head back to the state finals in softball for the first time since 1985. We start with an 8-1 Northview Knights, who are fresh off that big win at number 3 Jasper last Friday night. Tonight, the Knights back at home and looking for more bragging rights. Hey, thanks, Mike, and welcome to the KFC Yum Center, one of the best venues in all of college basketball. It's hard to come here and not get excited about the basketball season.
The transfer from LMU, nothing but nylon. That's a 4-point lead for ISU. Julian Larry approves. Missouri State will heave it forward. Haney for 3. Off the mark, no good. And Indiana State, what a huge win against Missouri State. 76-72 the final.
Welcome back. Baseball is a big part, certainly, of the Hanna's family dynamic. As Indiana State prepares to open up Bob Warren Field this weekend, the Hannas will not only be celebrating the home opener, but a family reunion for a father and son. This should make for an interesting one, and perhaps a house divided. Like every freshman baseball player, Caleb Hannas was robbed of his senior season a year ago due to the pandemic. The former West Vigo Viking has made his fair share of big plays. Now he's learning how to do it on the Missouri Valley stage.
So far, the season has definitely been a struggle. The first 3-ish weekends definitely gone through an adjustment from high school baseball to college baseball, but we're getting there day by day.
I think for all the freshmen that are getting a chance to play around college baseball, it's a tough task. You're playing against a lot of guys 23, 24 years old that are still in college that know how to play at this level, and you're taking some knocks and you're learning on the job, and that's part of it. I really don't feel there's a lot of pressure on those guys, right? If you're getting on the field and you're getting to play, you're gaining valuable experience that's going to help your club hopefully later this year and years down the road.
Caleb signed with Valpo, and now this weekend he has the tough task of squaring off with the Sycamores.
This weekend, it's definitely going to be weird playing against my dad. Not sure how it'll be at all, but it'll definitely be very interesting.
It is what it is, right? I've got the easy job. You know, he's got to have the maturity as a young player to block it all out and just play. And I think he and I are both kind of the same mindset. We wish it would kind of be under the radar and not be a source of any conversation, but it is what it is, and we'll try to downplay it the best we can and make this about Valpo and Indiana State and get both teams ready and just see where we're at.
6 years ago, Derek Hannas was swinging away at Bob Warren Field. So what does Big Brother think about this weekend?
Hey, Grant. It's definitely going to be an interesting weekend for our family. I look forward to sitting back and watching some baseball. As a Sycamore alum, and where we sit in the current NCAA tournament picture, I will be pulling for the Sycamores. However, I do hope Caleb gets a few base hits, as long as there's nobody on base.
So this coming weekend, my sweatshirt that Derek got for myself and his sister kind of sums up the complicated weekend that is ahead of us. But I know my job as a mom, sitting in the bleachers and watching, is going to be a whole lot easier than his dad, the coach, or Caleb, the player.
I think the toughest job during the game is probably the guy that's got to play, right? I think the toughest job after the game is the people that live with me if we lose. That's kind of the way it goes, I guess, in this stuff.
I'm looking forward to watching my brother and dad play this weekend. I will be rooting for the Sycamores, and that may or may not have something to do with how grouchy Coach Hannas gets after they lose.
Yeah, she's probably right. She usually goes to a hotel when we lose. She doesn't stay at home.
And this weekend is going to be special for me because since I'm playing against my dad, pretty much it's going to be like a family reunion. The whole family's going to be at the ballpark, extended family and everything, so that'll be really cool.
Special thanks to the Hannas family for sharing with us. If you're counting at home, that's 3.5 cheers for the Sycamores, 1.5 cheers for Valpo. ISU and Valpo will open up their weekend series starting Friday at 3. Expect plenty of family members in the stands as ISU welcomes fans back to Bob Warren as well. That is a wrap for sports. More news after this.
From the Wabash Valley Chevy Dealer Sports Desk, here's Sports Director Grant Pugh.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back. Championship night of the first Financial Wabash Valley Classic happening tonight in a battle of unbeatens. The Linton Miners and Terre North Patriots meeting for the 4th time in 6 years in the title game. North has won the previous 3. To Terre Haute South we go for the Patriots and Miners and that coveted classic crown right before New Year's. Fourth quarter, Damon Sturm finding Mark Hankins, who throws up the shot fake, then pops a three-pointer. This ties the game up at 36 with 6.5 minutes to play. Under 3 to go. It's Hankins this time grabbing the shorthanded pass. He feeds Colin Frank down low. More from Frank to come. North grabs the lead 42-41, but Lenton would answer right back. Walters be Mr. Braden Walters over to Joey Hart on the left side, driving, then pulling up for the 2. Lenton retakes the lead as we trade blows, 43-42. Miners lead with a minute and change to play. Bryson Carpenter to Colin Frank to Alex Ross in the corner for 3 more. Ice water in his veins. North grabs the lead 45-43 over the Miners. Lenton looking to respond that they would at the rim. First attempt is no good by Walters. Grabs the board, gives it to Nathan Frady. How about that? We are tied up at 45 with 49 seconds left. So tie game now with 9 seconds left off the inbounds. Bryson Carpenter to Colin Frank for the lead. North is on top of Linton 47-45. Linton gets a chance, though, to tie it or win it at the ends. After the ninth play drawn up by North, here we go. Inbounds to Mr. Joey Hart. Rolls to his right, finds Drew Smith, but the shot is up and no good. And Terre Haute North wins the first financial 2021 Wabash Valley Classic, 47-45 the final. How about Todd Wolfley and the Patriots getting it done, bringing home the trophy yet again, winning 4 games in 4 days to celebrate with players, parents, cheerleaders, and fans. Another great night for the Terre Haute North side.
None of us were nervous. We've been in situations like this all the time. Close games. I mean, we were just ready. We knew what was going to happen, and we just battled it out. It was definitely a possession-by-possession game. It was just a tough one, but we found a way to win.
It feels like everybody's bought into one specific goal, and that's winning, and that's what makes it special, I think.
Our kids did a great job over the 4 days. I feel like we had a pretty tough route to get here, and then facing a very, very good Linton team tonight. They made enough plays down the stretch, stayed together. Positive talk in the huddle from all our leaders, especially our seniors. Everybody bought in. They genuinely care about each other, and I think that's when you have a chance to be very good in the game of basketball.